Remember Dolph Lundgren's The Punisher? Long before the MCU ruled the box office, back when Marvel was still pawning off characters like baseball cards to whoever could afford the rights, The Punisher quietly hit screens in 1989. Well, some screens, because in the US, it never made it to theaters. That's right, Dolph Lundgren, fresh off of Rocky IV and Masters of the Universe, starred as Frank Castle in a movie that was gritty, gory, and about as 80s as a leather trench coat soaked in blood and neon. There was no Skull logo, no comic book theatrics, and definitely no happy ending. Just a seething, sewer-dwelling vigilante who racked up over 190 confirmed kills by the film's end. No, seriously, they counted it. And while American distributors got cold feet, the film did hit theaters in countries like Germany, Australia, and Japan, where it actually found an audience. In some overseas markets, it even turned a profit. But the tone? Imagine a low-budget Death Wish by way of RoboCop, but filtered through the lens of a nihilist. It was violent, brooding, and surprisingly faithful to the spirit of the comics, even if it ditched the costume. Instead of flashy effects, you got Dolph monologuing shirtless in the sewer, asking God why his war never ends. A little bit like Rambo if he'd skipped therapy and went full-on urban assassin. And let's not forget the late great Louis Gossett Jr., fresh off his Oscar win for An Officer and a Gentleman. He played Castle's only real connection to humanity, a cop trying to pull his friend back from the abyss. He added a little bit of dramatic weight to a film that didn't quite deserve it, but it sorely needed it. The action scenes were pure Cannon Films energy. Shootouts in strip clubs, Yakuza sword fights, exploding motorcycles, all filmed with that glorious late 80s grime and grit. Critics, on the other hand, hated it. Fans were divided, but over time it gained a cult status. And Lundgren, he may not have had the skull on his chest, but he was the Punisher. He wore it on his face. Literally. Raw, stoic, and dead-eyed. 1989's Punisher has since been buried under more polished versions with Thomas Jane, Ray Stevenson, and John Bernthal. But this was the first live-action Frank Castle. Dark, gritty, forgotten by many, but unforgettable if you saw it at the right age. Because for a certain generation, this was the Punisher. So I've got to ask,